Yo, what's going on, friends? This is a full day of eating in less than 5 minutes, all vegan food for someone who's a bodybuilder trying to bulk and gain muscle, baby. What I'm hoping is that by watching this video, you can get inspiration for all sorts of different meals that you can make yourself. First thing is first, we're trying to change up our mornings. So this morning we went out and did some yoga out in the field, which was freaking awesome. And before we did that, we went and picked up some fruit bowls. So I got myself 1 pound and 8 ounces of watermelon, which is by far one of my favorite fruits. All right, now it's time to pack down some calories so we can get a good ass workout in later. So I've got myself some multiple colored fingerling potatoes, and these are awesome because they're tiny little tubules that are the perfect size for me to cut into little slices into potato rounds. Now recently I've just learned a cooking technique called parboiling, I believe it is. So you basically boil potatoes for about 10 minutes to get them kind of soft, but really they build up a starchy, gooey outside, and then when you fry that or you oven bake it like we're about to do, it gets it crunchy and it's amazing. So after we put these on a cookie tray that we've sprayed with some non-stick, we're gonna put this in the oven at 400 for about 45 degrees, and this is gonna get them nice and crunchy. I'm gonna top this with a little bit of some basil, some rosemary, some salt, and black pepper, and this came out so freaking tasty. I've now made this meal about 3 times this week since this video. All right, now for a very quick staple meal that I have all the time because it is so simple. So I'm just throwing a bunch of broccoli and mushroom in a frying pan until that kind of gets cooked down. I've sliced my tofu into little squares. I let them cook on each side for about 4 or 5 minutes till they get kind of browned up. Throw in some sauce and let it cook for another 2-3 minutes to let it caramelize. I threw 3 cups of brown rice in the bottom of this bowl, put the broccoli and mushrooms on top, and then finally topped it with the tofu once it was finished, and then put some sesame seeds on it. This meal is so good. I could have it every single day. It tastes like something you get from like Flame Broiler or Waba Grill or one of those bowl places. It is so good. Try this one out. You won't regret it. It also really helps to have a bunch of brown rice cooked in a bag, so you just have to heat it up instead of actually cooking it for each meal. We went to a new farmer's market this week, which I was really stoked about because the last one we went to was small, but this one was huge. So we got a bunch of new produce and vegetables and fruits, but we also got some flowers from my mama because you know what? You gotta treat your mama right, man. She took you into this world. You better make the rest of her world brighter because of it. And I try to do my best. You know I love you, mama. All right, next up, we got some cornbread and chili. So we're gonna go with the cornbread first. And here are all the ingredients on screen. I also am gonna link the recipe that we used below so you guys can see the actual instructions. Now, I'm not personally the biggest cornbread fan, but I will say that this was really good and tastes exactly like what I remember cornbread tasting like before I went vegan. So first things first, we're gonna add all of the dry ingredients together in a giant bowl, and then we're just going to whisk all those dry ingredients together. So that's cornmeal, the flour, the stevia, which is in place of the sugar, but you could use sugar if you want to, and the baking powder. Just gonna whisk all that together, and then we're just gonna add the wet ingredients, which is the melted vegan butter, the unsweetened applesauce, the milk, and then because we wanted it sweeter, we added a little bit of agave as well. So we're just gonna mix all those ingredients up until we get a nice thick paste. Just gonna pour that paste into a cooking tray, and then you're gonna flatten it out with the spatula, and we're gonna put this in the oven at 350 degrees for around 30 minutes, or until it's as cooked as you want. Now for the other half of this dish, we're gonna make some awesome chili. Now, I know you're looking at that recipe list right there and freaking out. I also freaked out when I first saw it. It takes a bit of time, but believe me, it's super worth it. And then you're gonna kind of get the idea that it's not a lot of steps, it's just a lot of ingredients. So after we saute our chopped up onions for about 2 minutes and add our dry ingredients, let it cook for another 2 minutes, then we're gonna add the tomato pastes, chunks, and tomato sauces. Then we're gonna add some of this Gardein beefless ground crumbles just to add some girth and some, like, I guess, meatiness to the chili. Throw in as much corn as you want, and then we have all of our beans. We're gonna add all of that to it, and then finally we're gonna top it off with a little bit of agave syrup just to add some sweetness to the chili, although you don't have to do that. And also you can add spices to make it more spicy if you prefer more spicy chili, because everyone's got a different set of taste buds. For example, we recorded this clip, and then after we tried the chili, we added some more chili, some more cayenne, and just a little touch of some buffalo sauce in there to make it a little spicier. But this is what it's looking like. Friggin' heaven. It was a 10 out of 10 meal. The final thing I ate was another big bowl of watermelon, so that's a total of just about 3 pounds of watermelon for the whole day. I really enjoyed trying some new things with this full day of eating, and I love doing these under 5-minute ones for those of you who don't have as much time to watch the full length ones. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see more of these in the comments below, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Team Beyond the Week, CT.
Lift heavy or die Myron, motherfucker.
Team Beyond the Week, CT.
Lift heavy or die